it's really everything that an IMAX film should be, because audiences go with the expectation of learning things. And they're going to learn things in this film, Western audiences in particular, that will, that I think will leave their mouths hanging open. They'll just say, I had no idea, absolutely no idea. And that's good. So if this, yeah, plays some small part in increasing understanding, and maybe helping to sort of, you know, drive away some of the false preconceptions that we all make when we're not informed. You know, when we're uninformed and we're ignorant. You know, I have them, you have them, we all have them. So maybe this will help dispel some of those things.
We pulled people from nearly every Muslim country in the world. Pakistan, India, Sudan, Yemen, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, you name it, we pulled people from there. And so that part of the process was very, very exciting, because we were dealing with people who were working in a format they'd never worked in before, and on a subject matter that was perfect for the giant screen, and so there was a sense of opportunity. We were getting a chance, a window into something that we could never otherwise see, which is really, it's the keystone of IMAX, is taking people to places they can never otherwise go to. And in a sense, the filmmakers had an opportunity unlike any other. So I think there was a sense of pressure and a sense of responsibility as well to get this right.
Imagine yourself as a Haji or a pilgrim who has not yet made the Hajj. In Indonesia, in Morocco, in Turkey, in Iran, in anywhere in the Muslim world. Somebody who wants to make the Hajj. He's still saving money, but he can't go. I want you all to think about that man, that woman, that child, and say, this film is not a replacement, but it is a very, very powerful experience that they will come very close. And this is a film that will last 100 years and hopefully many more.
It's certainly the most challenging thing I've ever tried to do, and I've been involved in films going underwater with 3D cameras and going into space and hooking up with the Mir space station, and they're all pretty complicated, but this was extremely challenging. But equally rewarding, because we were able to accomplish something that no one else has ever accomplished.
I think the Western world and the Eastern world will see completely different things in this film. I think for the Eastern world, for the Orient, it will be a celebration of, Islamic faith, and that's what I'm hoping. And also the celebration of an icon, an incredibly important Arab traveler. And remember, Ibn Battuta traveled far beyond anything any European or Western had done at the time. And this was, it was mesmerizing, the extent of his travels, really. I mean, quite incredible. And at the same time, I think the West will learn from this film, because in a subtle way, in a gentle way, they will receive an understanding of what Islam is about. They had a problem, I think, with the voice of the script, that it sounded American. And what I thought I could help them with was putting it through the mouth of someone from the East, and really showing that, gosh, the East and the West are so similar, but there's sometimes a little diversion, a little change in the outlook, in the way we see things.
Battuta traveled many times on his own. He was a very astute observer, so he wrote down information that survives to this day, of course, about the flora and the fauna and the geography and the people he met and the history and the culture. He was an extraordinary source of information. So to me, he's the ideal kind of character to represent the Hajj, because he did much more than just go on the journey. He recorded it. He became effectively the voice of that journey, far and away the most important and the most well-known voice.
This story personally touches me, obviously, on a very deep level. But I think what's more important, I think, about the story is even if you're not Muslim, if you're not familiar with, how Islam, how it originated, where it came from, how it evolved, and how it is today, I think it just touches you on a spiritual level. It's a story, this story, for instance, is Ibn Battuta's journey to Hajj. And everybody, I think, has a little bit of Ibn Battuta, or wants a little bit of Ibn Battuta in him. So regardless of the Islamic kind of elements, I think also it'll catch everybody and captivate everybody on a adventure level, and then it'll take a step further and captivate them on a spiritual level as well.
I hope that it will do what it was intended to do, which was to educate people and to show, particularly non-Muslims, what the pilgrimage means to Muslims, but also to show Muslims who cannot make the pilgrimage, either because of physical disability or financial constraint or for whatever reason, what they're missing. By not making the pilgrimage, and hopefully it will give them solace in some way or other about their inability to make the pilgrimage by seeing how it is done. Pilgrimage is not only an occasion for prayers and connecting with the divine, but also it's an occasion for people to connect with each other. Hence, you find that pilgrims from across the world, when they come together, they generally discover that they have many things in common, whether they are from different races or from different backgrounds or from different countries. And there is tremendous value to that as well.